Welcome to SRL. We are here at Eiger Nordwand for the 8th race of the season, second to last race before the chase. Eiger Nordwand challenging track, a very small circuit in the game. We have Isaiah on the pole, 11 drivers, 60 laps. Let's go green. Green flag is out. And somebody glitches back there. I think that's Alex. He has a slow start. Isaiah on the pole, leading him into turn one with Randy on the inside. They are too wide. Very tight racetrack, the tightest track on the circuit, but you're not going to deny that this might be entertaining to watch. And they go down the backstretch across the bridge as they go into the other half of the track with Isaiah still leading. Randy gets in the wall a little bit. And Alex and Bubba got really sideways right there. Bubba lost some track position. He's all the way in last right now as Isaiah leads them onto the backstretch. These hairpins are going to be very critical passing zones. Very tough to pass here. You're going to have to use the bumper. And Isaiah will lead the first lap. Going over the hump as the car is basically jumping in the air for a moment. T-Bone in third, JBL fourth. JBL finally coming back, his first race of the season. Now he's able to race in SRL, but unfortunately he won't make the chase. There's a lot of commotion back there. You got Shackett and Brinson. Shackett being sideways. You got Bubba in 10th right there. Alex in last. Isaiah is continuing to pull away, and that's honestly the best thing. I mean, if you're in the lead, if you have clean air, you just got to get out of the chaos, because you do not want to be in the back at all at this track. And they are side by side, Steven and Retro fighting for P6 right now. P9, P8 right here. Isaiah still continuing to lead as the field starts to grow separated. Steven in 6th, Retro 7th, Justin 8th, Bubba 9th, and contact between him and Alex. And Retro was a little squirrely. He slowed up off that final corner. That's going to cause Bubba and the rest of that pack to catch up to him. And Brinson gets in really deep right there, basically forcing his way. And yeah, tempers are flaring now. These guys don't like each other, and I don't think Retro like that either. So this is going to be a roller coaster right here. They continue to bump each other. It's very tight. You just can't get away. They're all over the track. And somehow they don't wreck, but I won't deny that the tempers are flaring already in lap 3 at this track. Not surprising. This track is very tight. A lot of people are going to have to use the bumper to get ahead. But Randy and Isaiah still have a consistent gap right now. I think Randy's caught up to Isaiah slightly over this last lap. And he ran about 7/10 faster that last lap. Let's go through the field. You got Husky in 5th. And you have these people, they're still in the back right here after just having that shoving match a couple turns ago. Brinson and Retro side by side. But yeah, I mean, this is going to be an interesting race, because a lot of people are not going to be able to handle just being around people. Track position is going to be very important in this race. Very hard to pass here. You're going to have to use the bumper. You're going to have to be very precise to get any type of lap time. And that is what Randy is doing right now, as he is closing in on Isaiah as that gap is beginning to dwindle. And he is on the back bumper going to the final corner. He's there, man. He's ran a couple of fast laps, and he's caught up to him. Turn 1 might be a place where he can pass. He ran about a half second faster that last lap. Will he look to the inside? No, he will not. plays it safe. And they are side by side into the corner. Randy gets underneath him. He's on the outside, but Isaiah will have the inside going to the hairpin. They are still side by side. Somebody's going to have to lift here. Oh, a little bump there. Still clean, though. Going across the bridge. And that is going to allow T-Bone to get back up there. He is making this a three-way battle. And all that time that Randy gained, he kind of got thwarted right there because of that little bump. It kind of like lost his momentum coming out of that set of corners. Let's go in the back with the hooligans. And they have all separated. So everybody's separated back here. You don't have a lot, that much close racing. You got a battle right here between P5. You got Steven and Husky trying to fight for position. Let's go back up to the front as it gets closer. I mean, this is very tight. You're gonna have to catch somebody slipping to really make a pass right now. I mean, Randy is just all over that back bumper. He is trying to, and he gives him a little bumper. He's gonna make him get out of the way, and Randy will get to the lead. And I don't think Isaiah's gonna like that. We got two Chevys behind one Pontiac. T-Bone is third Chevy in line. He's caught back up with that pack. JBL, a little sideways off the corner. There's been distance between Husky and Steven. And the rest of the field, Joshy in ninth. Alex in eighth. And Justin by himself. But the whole battle right here is really heating up in the lead. Randy is going to have to do his best to try to get away from those two Chevys, because I'm pretty sure that Isaiah will have some kind words once he gets back up to him. And he's going really up high coming out the exit out of that corner, and that's where he might be losing a little bit of time. He still has the fastest lap of the race so far. But these guys are having a good race. JBL's pretty much stuck in fourth. Same thing with Husky and Steven. Nobody else really racing that hard in the back. These guys are kind of separated. Princeton is long gone, but I really wish we could have had 15 people in this race. It would have been absolute chaos, but 11 is still good enough. But these three right here, their pace is pretty much the same with each other. I mean, oh my goodness, everybody except pretty much everybody in the 107s, 107.5s. Same with Isaiah. They are pretty much only 2 tenths to a tenth apart on each lap, and that just shows you how fast these top three are. I believe there was a caution. There was a caution between these individuals in the back. It was a 3-car wreck. And that's why you're starting to see them slow down. Well, I thought they were slowing down. But I think they misunderstood that they thought the caution happened when they were crossing the line, but the rule in the league is that you cross the line, you race back to the line, when the caution comes out. So that's going to allow JBL to catch up, but he's not going to have enough time to snag a P3 or a P4. But he will be P4 actually. Now the caution comes out. Let's actually go back and take a look at that caution, because I believe I know where it happened. And yep, survey says just in the wall, not a lot of space, 2 cars around, and then 12 car, just nowhere to go, and that is a 3-car wreck on the front straightaway. And the caution is out because of that. I mean, these guys, tempers are flaring here, not unexpected. it's a very tight racetrack, so you're going to have a lot of people pissed at each other. And let's go back to pacing and see where everybody is. And this is going to be a crazy sequence because, I mean, do you pit? Do you not? I mean, these tires, they've kind of worn after a minute. And let's see what everybody else does. Randy comes in and pits. T-Bone stays out. The two Trackhouse drivers stay out. And Randy will lead the brigade down the pit road. Very interesting pit road, a tunnel pit road. And it's not along the front stretch next to the start-finish line. So, you know, people can probably make it more than a lap extra on fuel because, you know, you wouldn't have to come back to pit road to complete a full lap just to fuel up your car. Because at a lot of other tracks, the pit road is on the front stretch, and you have to complete a lap just to get back to pit road. But with this track, it's pretty much halfway throughout the track, so, you know, people might be more riskier on that fuel strategy. And Randy gets a penalty for the pit line, so he is going to be able to. He's going to drop all the way back to a certain point. These guys catch back up. Let's see what the different strategies are. We're already a 6 way into this race. You got mediums, softs, mediums. You know, a lot of everybody on mediums, but they are not going to be on the same fuel strategy. So for this race, it'll be single file restarts. Let's actually advance it a little bit just so we don't have you guys waiting for so long. We're not going green this time as we still have a stranded car at the back of the field trying to catch up, but we will go green this time by single file restarts. If I wanted pure chaos, we would do double file, but I don't think that would be wise. I think these guys will have a headache as it is already racing here. I'm not gonna lie, this probably should have been a good all-star race, but you still have 11 drivers here. Not a bad crowd. Still kind of wanted 15. I want a whole lobby, man. I want an absolute, you know, pandemonium. But Tebow in the Chevy with another Trackhouse driver and Husky in P2 will lead them to the green flag. The green flag will be raised once they cross the start-finish line. And you cannot advance your position unless you cross the line yourself. So, green flag here, single file restart is going to turn 1. Here we go. 49 laps to go, and they are already fanning out right now. Got Ford of JBL on the inside, Randy on the inside, and the Pontiac already on the inside of T-Bone going to turn 1. Somebody gets sideways. That is Husky. They are 3 wide going into these tight corners. A lot of a checkup. Bubba gets hit from behind from Brinson, I believe. They go into the S's. T-Bone still in first. Randy has advanced his position to P2. JBL third. Isaiah gets bossed around from a RFK car, I believe. That is Steven. And they are 2 wide down the backstretch. And Retro got a little squirrely. Something must have happened to him. I think that he spun and Brinson got slightly involved. Husky was sideways. He saves it. They drifted out of the corner. And this 5-car pack right behind the top 3 are really going at it right now. Everybody is close together on the backstretch, going into the right-hander. Isaiah has found himself back in P6 when he just started P2 or P3, or no, P4, excuse me. And they're going to the double, or they're going to the hairpin. Steven and Husky kind of fighting right there. I don't think he gave him enough space. They're on the inside of each other. Here goes the 2 Chevys around the 1 Ford. Husky gets back in line with Steven. Little contact, a little bit of bumper. That was kind of justified. A little bit of bumper right there from the Chevy of Bubba into Husky, or into Isaiah. Steven prevails ahead. He passes Husky after that. And these top 3 are still close together, but let's take a chance to look at this pack right behind. They are so close together, and that's because this, you know, the pace has changed. A lot of guys have the same pace. They're racing close to each other. The 2 wide coming out of here. Steven still trying to fight with Isaiah and a Husky. He will lose a spot, but he will have the preferred line. It's going to be tight here coming to the right-hander. All down that banking. And it got really tight. And these top three are loving that. They're pretty much thankful that they've gotten away from that pack, because this pack is racing hard. Husky got in the wall. He still recovers, but I thought he was going to wreck the whole field for a second because he got in the wall really hard right there. Isaiah prevails, gets P4 after battling with Steven and Husky for a couple of laps. Now he's going to try to set his eyes on the top three. T-Bone is still your leader. JBL has made a pass on Randy. He's up to P2. Let's go back here on the bridge. And it's starting to become more spaced out. I think they, you know, that's the best thing that they want to happen. Now they can race it out. Contact. Husky and P7. Husky and Justin. These are the two drivers on the playoff cut line. Husky really needs a good race, while Justin or Alex needs a bad race. But these guys, P6, P7, P8, P9, they are all on the playoff bubble right now. Bubba is P4 or P5, I believe, in the point stand. There's no contact there. He's dropping. He's going to drop down to P10. Well, I thought he was. So let's look at these standings, because this is a huge thing right now. I mean, you have all these bubble drivers right next to each other. Alex, or Wachia, the number 26 car, and Bubba are tied on points, but Bubba is in P10. So as they run right now, Alex will prevail and be in P5 in the points. Husky is plus 12 or minus 12 out of the cutoff line. He needs to have a great race right now. I mean, if he can win the race, and if anybody else around that cut line, Bubba, Shackett, or Wachia, if they have a bad race, that would be good for him. And Shackett right now, he's plus 12. Justin, the number 60 car, he is plus 12 on the cutoff line. P7 in the chase standings. He has one win, but he did miss one race, so that has costed him some points, and Brinson gets him to the wall. So everybody in the playoffs fighting for a spot right next to each other. 7 drivers get into the playoffs, and there's not going to be an... Oh, Justin got around, and Bubba gets around, and the caution will come out from that as they both spun out. Caution will be out at the line. 2-car incidents between Justin and Bubba. Justin spun out right in front of Bubba, and that put him in the wall. He spun out, and the caution will be out. T-Bone's still your leader, but he is on the differing fuel strategy, so that might play into another factor in this race. Second caution of the day here. Surprised we haven't had more. T-Bone pacing the field right now. Pit stops will be open this time by. Let's see what happens. I think he will come in. Like I said before, he was on a different fuel strategy, so he is going to have the upper hand right now by taking more fuel. But I think everybody else is coming in to basically get fuel as well. So everybody is coming in. It's like feeding time at the zoo. You see the different strategies there. Now, T-Bone has a lot less fuel, so now he's going to be in the back because look at everybody else. Everybody else has a lot more fuel than him, except Husky. So, track position will change right now, and I mean, T-Bone gaining some points and leading some laps, that's a good thing, but the cost of that is, you know, these guys are not going to be good on fuel. And JBL did not take fuel. T-Bone's still in the pits. Isaiah, so he's going to lose some spots. And yeah, I mean, T-Bone, he is all the way in the back. So that is how quickly the strategy changes here. It takes a lot more time to fuel here than a lot of other tracks, and the leader of the caution is now in last. Well, JBL, he did not fuel up his car. He just wanted to get to the front. So he might be banging on a caution happening just to reset this strategy. As we go back onto the backstretch to hurry this pace lap up. JBL in the lead. First time he's raced so far this season. He is a fast driver, but unfortunately he was not able to make a lot of the races this season. But if he did, he would be up there. I guarantee you he would have been a top 5 contender, championship contender. And green flag is out. 42 laps to go. And oh man, there's already commotion right there. They went 3 wide. And Randy and Steven are fighting right there. They are side by side. Steven still prevails on the inside line. JBL gets some skirts away from all that. Two RFK cars in the front, and we forgot about that. I think Steven forgot about that too. JBL is a part of RFK, so he will make up some points for them. And that's the thing, you know, you still can miss races, but you know, even if you're a part-time driver, you're not in the championship hunt or anything like that. You can still, you can still add to your team by potentially, you know, giving them points for the Owners' Championship, which we do have that now. We have an Owners' Championship, and Alex just power drives Isaiah. He gives him a shot, and he's not happy about that. Oh, there's contact. Oh man. And Bubba got forced out of the way by somebody. And he hit the barrier. I don't know if that'll be a caution or not. They are still racing each other. Oh, man. Everybody's tight in the back. You really don't want to be stuck back there. Retro got really high up on the banking. T-Bone got in the back. Oh yeah, holy hell. There's a 2-car incident on the front stretch. I knew something happened. And Alex got sideways, hits the wall. T-Bone slams into him. He gets into the wall and bam. Bubba with a little contact, 3-car incident on the front stretch, and that will be a caution. And man, oh man, those are hard hits. 2 wrecks happening on the front stretch. JBL will get the call, and he will return to the start-finish line and race his way back to the caution. We got 3 RFK drivers in the top 4 right now, so team owner Steven is pretty happy about that. He wants to see his drivers still be in the chase. He's plus 12 right now. If he keeps this run up, I mean, next week Daytona, he won't have to worry about a lot. And caution will come back out after a 2-car incident on the front stretch involving the 26, the 99, and the 8 car. They will go into the pits this time by, as we got a bunch of stragglers trying to catch back up. So this is going to be an important decision. They just came off a pit road. Will they pit? And I mean, I told you guys last time doing that pit cycle, JBL did not take fuel. He has a lot less fuel than everybody else in the field, so he's going to be at a slight disadvantage right now. You know, you will hope that, I mean, he was hoping for a caution to come out, but still. See how much he fuels up his car. I mean, Isaiah already fueled up his car. He is way gone already. And JBL will fall. He only took about 95% fuel, so. And you had a couple drivers stay out as well, and that is, Bubba gets a 3-second penalty. But another 3-second penalty for retro. It won't matter, it really is on the caution. Husky will be your leader. Everybody else will catch back up. Let's skip it ahead a little bit. I don't know what he's on. And they will go green this time by. Husky is your leader, so he will get a point for this. And that is very important when it comes to the chase cutoff. Every point matters. He's minus 12 in the standings right now on the cutoff line. And going to Daytona, I mean, I think the primary thing he has to worry about, oh man, they are already getting squirrely. They are 3 wide in the back. JBL or somebody was really trying to force it. And they are racing hard now. You got 36 laps to go, 37, excuse me, in this race, so you never know when another caution can happen. We've had 3 in the first 24 laps, but you still want to race hard. You still want to get track position. And you got 2 Trackhawks drivers in the lead right now, 3 Chevys in the top 3. You got Randy in 4th, Justin in 5th. And they are 3 wide back here. Oh, man. And they managed to hold it, but holy hell, that shows you how much they're trying to really sacrifice their cars just to get ahead. Randy got in the wall there, a little squirrely. Husky in the lead right now. He gets up really out of the groove. He's in the grass. He gets sideways coming out the final corner. T-Bone is lurking behind him, but Isaiah is very close. And the top 11 drivers are just still on the same straightaway, so pace is there for everybody. And here they come. Husky recovered off of that corner. They're still able to hold on to the lead. Cinematic view right here, and you got a car way off the track. That is retro, just trying to recover. And These guys in the back are racing real hard. Husky's really tight up there. I wonder what tires he's on. He got in the wall slightly. He's on the medium, so it's going to take a minute for him those to wear out, so you know he can really get the grip levels that he wants. And there's a huge gap between the top 6 and the rest of the field, starting with Bubba. So they've kind of spread out. They've lost a couple of pace because of some incidents back there, I believe. Here goes T-Bone. He makes a move on the inside. Husky must have got in the wall. That's going to cause him to get out of the way. And T-Bone goes around. He's a one-car incident. He gets hit, but he's out of the groove. He's out of the way. And oh man, that is heartbreaking for T-Bone. You just got the lead, going through all that chaos, and there's more chaos behind Randy. Oh man, JBL gets sideways. Husky got really just punched out of the way. He was the leader at the start-finish line. Now he's in P5. And Randy, I thought he was 4th a couple of laps ago, and now he's in the lead. So crazy turn of events right now. T-Bone spinning out. Randy getting to the lead. I thought for sure it was going to be Isaiah. Now Justin is in 2nd, challenging for a podium. I don't know where he just came from, but now he is in P2, fighting with Isaiah. And this will be a great point stay right here because he's really battling Husky right now. So it's basically a battle between them and Bubba and Alex right now for that final transfer spot. I mean, Husky really just has to finish in front of Shackett just to, you know, get the points deficit to, you know, single digits going to Daytona, because you go into a restricted play track, anything can happen. You just want to have, you just want it to be single digits. That is the best thing you can ask for right now. He's -12. It doesn't look too bright, but if you get it to single digits, that is very manageable. That is not impossible. We've seen it before in SRL history. People have had points leads, and they have choked them away. I mean, Rampage in the freaking final 2 races of season 1, Rampage had a +8 point lead going into Blue Moon. Thought he had the championship locked up, and he was still able to lose the championship. And Blue Moon does not offer, I mean, it kind of races like a restricted play kind of. Oh, Shaq got on the wall. And now Husky, he's got to capitalize on that. He has to capitalize on every mistake right now. Isaiah to the inside. And now these two on the cutoff line, they're going to be neck and neck at each other. Husky has to pass him to get any type of advantage. He has the point already for a lap led. Justin does not. So if he passes him right now, he has Bubba right behind him. He's another driver. So you got these playoff drivers. They are all right next to each other. 4th, 5th, and 6th right now fighting for their playoff lives. But Husky really needs to have a much better run than these guys. He has to hope that these guys, Justin and Bubba right now, basically have a horrible race. But he just has to do the bare minimum and finish ahead of them, at least, to get some type of advantage. JBL is being caught from Isaiah. Isaiah is catching JBL, and Randy is just screwing away. Coming at the line, it'll be 32 laps to go. And I think these guys are catching way back up. They are. Everybody else is running inferior lap times, and that second group is caught back up to the back of P5. And there's 2x2. They keep racing. I mean, Husky knows that he has to have a better race than the guy right in front of him. Oh, and that was a little bit of lag, but I thought he got in the wall, but they're still side by side going to these S's. Husky is still trying to fight to pass him. That is going to allow Bubba to really close in on him. They have caught that back half of the pack. And Randy loves every second of what he's seeing, not in his rearview mirror, because he is so far away, he can't even see him. Yeah, I mean, look at that view. Just fresh asphalt. Nobody is back there in his rearview mirror. The only chance he gets to see him is right there. He's clocking in heater laps right now. He's just pulling away. best thing about this track, well, I won't say the best thing, but the best thing you have to do here is just get clean air. Because the rest of these guys, they are deep in the field right now. They're deep in the pack, and you just can't, you can't get away from each other. P4 and P5, P6, that distance is closed up. And I think Husky is on the inferior tire. I'm not sure. I mean, we got to look at this. Yeah, I mean, Bubba has a little bit more tire than he does. Justin has the soft, so Husky might have a net advantage right now, gaining on Justin because he is not on the same tire. He's losing tire. He's losing grip right now. So he's going to eventually lose some pace right there. Randy is still very far ahead. Isaiah gets away from JBL. Isaiah passed him when we weren't watching, but now he finally gets away from him. So Isaiah is just going to have to lock in for the next 30 laps and just start chipping away at that lead. Randy, oh, there was contact between Steven and Retro, I believe, and that has broken up that back half of the pack. But the three playoff drivers, cutoff drivers right now, they're right next to each other. I mean, Husky's just trying to get past him. He's on the inside. He's been looking on his bumper. He's been tagging his bumper. He just cannot get past him. I mean, but the tires are eventually going to wear out, so he just has to be patient. He has to be like a lion stalking his prey. You can see it right there. Yeah, he's going in the pits. I knew those tires were not going to last. He has 57% fuel. But that's the thing with the softs. I mean, with the softs, man, it cuts into half of your fuel run. You're not going to be able to run a whole fuel run with those tires. And ideally, you know, you'll want the softs when you're back in the field. You want to stay, you know, you want to use that to your advantage because the guys on the mediums, it takes a while for their tires to heat up. And now you got Husky in P3, Bubba in P4, and Husky just got in the wall. I don't know if that was lag. Looked like he just got in the wall. That's gotta hurt. This part of the race has been very calm compared to the first 24 laps where we had 3 cautions. As Randy has pulled himself away, but I think Isaiah is slowly chipping away at it. Yeah, Randy just ran a 107. Isaiah just ran a 106, so it's not completely out of reach. I mean, he's catching him. He has a lap down car in front of him, too, so that might add into Isaiah's benefit. And he just got in the wall there, so I'm not going to jinx it anymore. T-Bone just came out of the pits after wrecking, so that is why he's almost on the threat of going a lap down, but I'm pretty sure he'll pull away from Randy because he's not on the fresher tire. But 2 leaders on the same front stretch. Husky is still in front of P3. Bubba really wants to have a good run right now. I mean, if he gets a top 3 or a top 5, I mean, that will really help his playoff chances. He hasn't had the best season so far, but he's still in contention in the chase, so still wants to have a good rest of the season, even though the first half was pretty terrible for him. We'll talk about a guy that's had a great first half of the season. I mean, this guy's missed 1 race, and he's still in contention to be a number 1 seed. He's won 2 times already, 1 race at Daytona and then the other at Spa. He's looking to try to win this race, and that will help his playoff points going to the chase. You know, every point that you get extra if you win a race at the end of the regular season for how many wins you get in the regular season. Especially every point for every regular season win you get added on to your points reset when you go into the chase. It's a 5-race chase based off points, no elimination formats, thank God. But let's go on board with Isaiah. Pretty similar lap times there. I think Randy started to panic. He saw that Isaiah was starting to run 106s, and now he's kicked it up to the high gear. Isaiah has the fastest lap of the race so far with a 105.668. So he has pace, and he is shrinking that lead. I mean, before we were watching on board with Randy, we just joked how you can't even see nobody in the mirror. Now you can see Isaiah in that blue and dark red Chevy slightly appearing in view. There he is right there. T-Bone's not a factor. He has the fresher tires, so he's going to pull away from Randy. Randy just ran a good lap right there, 106.93 compared to Isaiah's 107.121. And Husky and Bubba, some distance has been equated to both of them. Steven and Retro having some antics in the beginning part of this race, but he's found himself in being P6. Alex is falling off the pace. He is P8. It's not the best thing for him. He was the points leader at one time in this race, but he has had a string of very disappointing finishes. Randy's still in the lead right now as we're closing in. Race has gone by at a lightning fast pace. And these guys are performing at their best right now. They are running the same lap times. They are not letting each other up. Lap car Retro, oh man, there was almost contact between them. It's a very awkward pit road because you're going to the right-hander up elevation while the pit road, or the drivers coming up pit road are going downhill from their perspective, so that's very tricky to navigate. And Randy gains, or Isaiah gains a little bit right there after that altercation with Randy and Retro. Husky in third, Bubba in fourth, so I mean these are the runs that they both want, because that's going to put Alex and Shackett in a bind. I believe Retro just left the race, so now he's not going to be in front of Randy, or in between Randy and Isaiah. Alex in P10, I mean, this is kind of, I mean, if Husky's able to hold his position, well, he just went into pit road, so he's going to have to try to gain some positions and put that on, put that advantage on Alex, because Alex P10 right now, so, and he's tied with Bubba in the standings right now, but he's not safe either. If he has a bad race, he really can fall. The pit strategy is starting to work out. You got 23 laps to go here at Eiger Nordwand. Most unique track on the circuit. I mean, I've never seen anybody race a league race here, but, desire to do something crazy. Randy and Isaiah are just twins right now. I mean, these guys are basically clones because they cannot get away. They cannot get an edge. I mean, they are running the exact same lap times. They cannot get away from each other. But overall, Isaiah has gained on Randy. And the thing about it, too, is that they got to worry about saving fuel. So I don't know if Randy might be doing that or not. Bubba comes in the pits, looking to do his final stop of the race. Isaiah's getting ever so slightly closer. I mean, well, it keeps seeming like it, but they're running identical lap times. So he's gaining on him at certain points in the track. There he is. So it's not completely over. You see Bubba still in the pits right now. They haven't pitted. Isaiah will pit now. I think let's see what he was on. Was he on the mediums? Yes, he was. Randy must have been on the mediums as well. Yes, he is. And Bubba on pit road gets out of the way. He's a lap down. He's in P9. But I think everybody else in front of him will have to pit one more time. Whole field is pretty much spread apart right now. You have a total of 8 cars on the lead lap. Oh, Steven really got squirrely there. But he's able to save it. Let's see what this gap is going to be. I mean, Isaiah just coming out of the pits now. Randy almost there already. That shows you how long it takes to pit at this track. And Randy will come in the pit right now. He hits the wall, so they might cost him some time. Let's see what happens to Isaiah after this lap. Well, Steven still has to pit too, so I don't think he'll pit though. But I don't know if he'll pit this lap or not. Oh, yes, he will. He will pit. 2 leaders in the front will pit on this lap. And now it's JBL and Isaiah fighting with each other. And they haven't even started fueling yet. Now they're starting to fuel now. It takes a long time to fuel, so they got to gain as much time as possible. I mean, it's still a ways away. I mean, he stopped fueling now. Now he's on the backstretch, finally coming out of that corner. You see it on the mini-map. It's going to be close. And they're going to be side by side. And Randy barely gets out in front of him, but the gap is much closer now. You got JBL and Randy. JBL trying to get to the inside. Randy clears him. He's still there, but he's able to get the momentum off the corner. And Randy, after all of that, will still hold on to the lead. That's how important the gap is right there. But you got the 2 top 3 cars still right behind each other. And JBL, I think he will have to pit sometime soon, so he might not be racing for the true lead right now. So Isaiah and Randy are still at a neck-and-neck battle. Got 2 Trackhouse cars, and then you got Steven and Bubba. If I was Isaiah, I would try to get past JBL as soon as possible because he's not really, I think he has to pit one more time, so he's not really racing for the lead, because man, oh man, they are getting close. There's a little bumper right there. Isaiah really has to get past him because he does not want Randy to pull away. And I mean, the top 5 as a whole, after this whole pit run, has gotten closer. But Randy is still in the lead. But there you go. Isaiah did make a pass on JBL. He's going to have to try to reel in Randy now. That gap is lower and smaller than it was before the pit cycle. So a net gain from Isaiah to Randy. And even in traffic, he was running consistent lap times with the 4 car. So now it's going to be a battle between these two guys, because they're going to have to, they're going to battle. I think everybody else is spread out now. I don't really know if a caution will happen or not. Everybody is really spread out. Both drivers running consistent lap times. I mean, this is close. Razor thin gap. Nobody getting an edge above each other. These are truly the top 2 fastest cars in the front right now. 17 laps to go here at Eiger Nordwand. T-Bone has managed his way up to P4, but I think he's off cycle with the rest of the field. So Bubba and Steven, I think those are the guys that are next in line that maybe can make it on fuel and maybe stay out. But it's gonna be a long shot. I mean, these guys, I mean, Randy and Isaiah, they're just running perfect laps right now. I mean, nobody's giving an edge. Nobody's messing up. Isaiah gets the upper hand right there, about a 4th or 3/10 faster that lap. So he's crawling in towards the back of Randy. Oh, somebody got squirrely up front. I think that was Brinson, but he's not really a factor right now. He's going to be able to use a lap down car. Oh, Isaiah got really squirrely. And that's not what you want to see. I mean, he was pushing it too hard. He lost a lot of time right there, but there's a lap down car in front, so he's going to get in the pit road. He's going to be out of the way. Yeah, he just went out of the way. He just moved out of the way. Just not interfering with the lead at all. But that cost a lot of time for Isaiah. And that's going to be tough to overcome in 16 laps. I mean, let's see if there's any tire advantage. They're both on the mediums. So I don't know. Isaiah has a little bit less fuel than Randy, so he may have to push hard. He may have to save more than Randy has to push. So that is a comfortable lead for Randy now after that big mistake by Isaiah on the bridge. 15 laps to go. Let's look at the rest of the field, see if there's any more battles. Everybody pretty spaced apart. You got Justin, you got, like I said, these playoff cutoff drivers right here are just all next to each other. You got P4, P5, P6, or actually P5, P6, P7, all on the cutoff line, while Alex is not having the best race, so he might lose some points to the playoff cutoff line right now. He will be ahead, but since these guys are racing better than him, he might lose a couple of points. I mean, Husky's doing better than Alex right now, so that might be, plus 6 points on him because he is 5 positions ahead of him and he led a lap. And the gap between him and Alex is plus 13. So if he's able to hold on to his position right now, he might cut 6 points off of that lead and go into Daytona -7, +7. That's not a guaranteed lock. Because, you know, Daytona is very easy for anybody to have a most laps led, fast lap, or whatever. And Husky, if he gets to Daytona, it's a single-digit race. He will have to have that race, that type of performance. And JBL goes into the pits for his final stop of the day. The rest of the field is spread out. Isaiah has lost a lot of pace. Unless he's saving gas, I mean, he's lost some pace to Randy, so it's not the best thing for Isaiah right now. But the thing about it is that he's had a pair of strong races. Last week, won the race at Tokyo after a crazy heavyweight battle between the top 3 drivers all race, 35 laps of continual battling for the top 3. Best road course racing we had of the season, but I mean, Isaiah still will come out really good after this race in terms of points, because he is trying to fight for a #1 seed, despite having, you know, one less win than the rest of the other drivers that are fighting for the #1 seed. I mean, if we look at Isaiah's stats right now he has a 4.3 average finish with 4 top 5s and 7 top 10s with 3 podiums. And he obviously has that win last week. I think Isaiah might be saving gas because that pace has really fallen off, and Randy might have the advantage because of that, since he pitted after Isaiah. So Randy's able to push more than Isaiah is. And the P3 and P4 have caught up to each other. I think Justin made a pass on Husky. I mean, Husky just has to finish in front of Alex or Justin right now. Just finish in front of one of those guys, or finish in front of Bubba, something like that. You just got to finish in front of one of the playoff cutoff guys, because that's how you're going to gain some type of points on them. Because like I said, going to Daytona, Justin will pit for his final stop of the race. But like I said, going to Daytona, if it's a single-digit race, anything can happen. Anything can happen. You can get most laps led. You can be the fastest lap. You can lead a lap. And a wreck can even happen on the last lap. We saw it in the opening race. There was a huge wreck out of the final corner. You never know what can happen. So you want to set yourself up as much as possible to just have a small points deficit. And if Husky is able to come out of here with, you know, -9, -8, it's not entirely impossible. You know, T-Bone and Thunder, they were really the dominant forces in that race in the early part of the season. But, you know, this guy here, he won it. And, you know, he was up there as well. So, you know, the Trackhouse cars really showed a lot of speed at Daytona, along with RFK. So it's going to be a battle between those drivers. Husky will come into pit for his final stop of the race. That's going to allow Bubba and Steven to get past because Justin pitted. So Bubba in P4 right now, he's hoping to hang on to that. Steven passed him. Branson the lap down, getting out of the way. Well, actually, no, he is not a lap down. Alex is actually ahead of him. Alex must have had something going on right there, because it looks like he is on auto drive. Looking on board with Bubba. lap down car in front of him. It's getting really dark here. Well, Steven in P3, I mean, really wasn't a factor in this race, but he has found his way up to P3 in the top 3 right now. If he's able to hold on, that would be a huge, huge win. And he's already locked into the chase based off points. But he still wants to fight for a number 1 seed. And the thing about Steven is that the thing about his wins is that he doesn't really dominate. He doesn't really go out there and put on a show. He doesn't make any crazy passes for a lead. He doesn't do anything that is out of the ordinary. He just keeps it consistent, and he's able to find good finishes. I mean, I think he's finished in the top 10 every race this season. No finish outside of 10th. I think he's finished at least top 7 in every race. So that really is what you need to become a champion in this league. You need to just be consistent. You have to not wreck, no strategy mistakes. And you got to take your points where you have them. Husky is in P8 compared to Alex. I think Alex has regained control after whatever interference that he had. So he has lost a lot of time. So that's going to be good news for Husky. He's going to finish in front of Alex, or whatever, you know, as much, like, regardless, because he is a lap ahead of him, unless we get a caution. Randy has 8 laps to go, and he is running 106 as well. Isaiah's lurked back up behind him. I mean, oh my goodness, these 2 previous laps have been really fast. A 105.9 and a 106.2, so he's catching back up to Randy again. I mean, he's had to pull teeth just to get back up there. And speaking about fast laps, T-Bone is running a heater right now. Just ran a 105.392. The fastest laps of the race are being run in the final 10 laps, because everybody knows that it's time. You got to push. You got to go as soon as possible. And Randy might be stuck behind a lap down car, so that might give a little bit of advantage to Isaiah. Let's see what this lap time is here. Still an advantage. So he's gaining time. It might be a little too late, though. I mean, it's a thing to get there, but it's another thing to just pass him. I mean, it's going to be a difficult battle. And Husky is there in P8. So he does not want to go a lap down. You got Justin and Steven, or no, there's Alex there. Justin in P7, Husky is in P8. See the gap. Randy responds, and they both respond with a fast lap. I mean, these drivers are very consistent. I mean, they cannot get away from each other. You got Bubba in P4. He's just trying to hold on for a P5, I think. Or P4, excuse me. He might be saving gas. Randy is, I mean, this is tight. I mean, Isaiah is running almost a fast sector right now with his almost the same lap times as his fastest lap time of the race. Randy, I don't think he got a good corner. And Isaiah's locking in. He's catching him very so slightly. But it's going to be hard. I mean, you got a bunch of lap down cars. If he catches him, trust and believe me, he is not going to like that. You got 3 lap down cars in front of him. Yeah, I mean, Isaiah's ran 3 tenths faster than him on average every lap. And he's catching down lap down traffic. So, oh, he's on the outside. Alex is there. He lets him pass. Now there's going to be another buffer between him and Isaiah. So Isaiah's going to have to do the dirty work and get past him. Oh, Isaiah got in the wall again. That might hurt his chances, and yeah. I think that's it. He hit the wall again. Just pushing it too hard. Mistakes, mistakes, mistakes. I mean, if he would have just stayed there and locked in for a couple of laps, I believe he would have been after his bumper on the last lap. Yeah, that's going to hurt. Four laps to go, and it looks like Randy will have a clear road. And Isaiah just ran one of his slowest laps of the race, so yeah, it's pretty much over. I think Randy's going to scoot away with this unless he makes a catastrophic mistake. 4 laps to go. Steven in P3, like I said, I mean, he just pulls consistent runs out of nowhere. Bubba P4. I think he's saving gas because his lap times are really slow right now. And T-Bone is catching up to him. There's a fight between the cutoff line right now. I mean, it's getting really dark here at the track. We did not expect it to get this dark, but now they are racing. I think Randy pretty much has it until he has 3 laps to go. And he's trying to put these guys a lap down. I mean, that's how fast he's been going on this run. But let's watch this battle for P7 and P8 because it's very important right now. I mean, every point matters because Husky needs to try to get past him. T-Bone is catching up to Bubba very so slightly. It's 3 to go. I mean, that might be too late, but you never know, man. I think he's just coasting, trying to just save as much gas. Same thing with Steven. They're both running way off the pace, but I think it's just because they're trying to save fuel. Let's look at this playoff cutoff line battle. Husky is going to finish in front of Alex, so he does have advantage. He has an advantage right now in terms of the playoffs, so it might be a +3 advantage. So he will cut into that lead. So it might, I think it's pretty much +10 right now for Alex if the results were to stand right now. So +10. That is the gap in the playoffs with Alex and Husky currently. If the race were to finish right now. And Randy right there is trying to just, I don't know, he has the race in tow. He doesn't really have to worry about much, so he just has to coast it to the finish. Yes, he's on 2 laps to go right now, but Husky is just trying everything he can to get as many points. And you got Brinson right now, he's in the way. Shaq, it kind of gives him a little bump and just get out of the way. And they are fighting for position. 1 lap to go here at Eiger Nordwand, and Randy is caught back up to the back bumper of these guys, and I think he just wants to let them race it out. I mean, I wouldn't endanger myself. I wouldn't try to get wrecked or anything. Just coast to the line, but he has the superior car, the superior pace. Husky with a little bump, love tap. Randy, the leader in all this, he has to avoid this. I mean, you don't know if these guys can wreck in front of you. Husky tries to get on the inside. There he is. He's on the inside. Shaq goes really up high. And Husky will get that position. That's P7. So that's another point for Husky. So it's +9 right now between him and Alex. And Alex did some questionable things earlier in the race, so he might receive a points penalty, so you never know. He can get back in this race with +7, and Shaka got really squirreled out of the way, and Husky's going to finish P7 while Randy wins the race, and there you go. They are all in the same frame. So I think, yeah, Isaiah P2 and Steven. Let's look at this battle right now between Bubba and T-Bone. I don't think it's going to be close, so they are going to be apart. Steven P3, Husky or Justin has already finished. Husky has to complete his lap, but I don't think he's going to get into a position unless JBL has a catastrophic disaster. And these guys, they were battling. And now Bubba is in P4. Steven finishes at P3, crossing the line. P4, if Bubba is able to pull this off, this will be a great points day for him. P4 will belong to Bubba Earnhardt and T-Bone 5th. And Josh Levitt, JBL, will finish 6th, and Husky, the final driver on the track, gets in the wall, but it doesn't matter. Everybody else is finished. Husky will cross the line once he does in P7. And that's going to be about, I think that's -7 going to the cutoff line, because Alex did cause a wreck early in the race, and that might be a points penalty. So -7 going to Daytona. You never know what can happen. And Daytona is the next race, the playoff cutoff line for the regular season finale. Randy will win his 3rd race of the season, while the playoff cutoff line is +7. So I'm pretty sure it's going to be exciting to watch that. I appreciate you guys tuning in and watching SRL at a very tricky track, Eiger Nordwand, but next race will be on the oval at Daytona for the playoffs, or whoever gets into the playoffs, the final race in the regular season. Regular season finale at Daytona next week. And this is SRL signing off. I appreciate everybody watching the stream. Thank you.